Have you ever thought why discipline is so easy to plan, yet so hard to live? Why can a single distraction shatter your focus, while ancient samurai held their calm even with death at their doorstep? What did they understand about the mind that we've completely forgotten? And how different would your life look if you learned to wield that same unshakable discipline? If this ancient path speaks to you, subscribe and walk with us deeper into the warrior's code. Chapter 1. The Unseen Battle. There is a battle happening in our lives every single day, not a clash of steel, but a quiet war for the control of our own attention. Modern life pulls at us with thousands of tiny hands, notifications chiming like false war drums, deadlines closing in like phantom enemies, and endless screens scattering the mind before dawn. Discipline, something we swear will strengthen, slips through our fingers like water from a cracked vessel, leaving us wondering how entire days disappear without meaning. But ask yourself, why does discipline feel so easy to imagine, yet so impossibly fragile when we need it most? To answer this, we must look back to a world where discipline was not a luxury, but a lifeline, where hesitation meant death and clarity meant survival. The samurai were not merely warriors with blades, they were philosophers studying the mind, poets studying the human spirit, and strategists shaping entire eras with their decisions. Their code, Bushido, was more than a guideline. It was a sculptor of the soul, sharpening the inner blade until no external storm could dull it. Today our enemies are different: distraction instead of arrows, overstimulation instead of ambushes, comfort instead of combat. Yet the battlefield remains the same, for the greatest victory has always been this: master your mind, or your mind will master you. In this journey, we uncover how the samurai forged unbreakable discipline, and how their ancient wisdom can sharpen your focus in a fractured world. Chapter 2. Bushido, the moral compass of discipline. Bushido begins with a truth most modern people overlook. Discipline is not built on productivity tricks, it is forged in identity. To the samurai, honor was not virtue, it was oxygen. Your promise bound you more tightly than any rope. While today we soften commitment with "I'll try" and "maybe tomorrow," the samurai lived by one unshakable oath: "It will be done," spoken with the gravity of a warrior ready to stake his life. Honor eliminates procrastination because in the samurai heart, failing your own word was worse than any blade. Most people depend on motivation, but the samurai depended on alignment, a merging of values, duty, and daily action. When action aligns with identity, discipline ceases to be force and becomes effortless momentum. Instead of asking, "Do I feel like doing this?" the samurai asked, "Does this reflect who I am?" A question that cuts straight through laziness. Courage was not emotional freedom from fear, but mastery of it. Samurai children, from age 7, trained to walk toward what frightened them. Samurai did not eliminate fear, they befriended it, believing that a warrior's worth was measured not by comfort, but by the threats he willingly faced. Compassion, yes, compassion, was the hidden engine of samurai discipline. A warrior served clan, family, and destiny, and this duty made weakness unacceptable. When you live for something greater than yourself, the temptation to quit dissolves. The samurai understood this better than we do today. Honor strengthened integrity. Integrity strengthened courage. Courage strengthened compassion. Compassion returned to strengthen honor in an unbroken chain. This loop made samurai discipline automatic, an identity carried into every gesture, from tying armor to drawing a blade. If this ancient code is speaking to you, subscribe and continue deeper into the way of the warrior.
Chapter 3. The Zen of the Sword.
If Bushido forged the samurai's moral foundation, Zen shaped their inner universe, reminding them that a chaotic mind could never wield a steady blade. The samurai learned early that an undisciplined mind cannot live a disciplined life. Thus, they trained their thoughts as fiercely as their sword arms. Miyamoto Musashi, undefeated in over 60 duels, wrote of the void, an emptiness where hesitation dissolves and instinct becomes truth. It was the stillness at the eye of a storm, the silence in which a warrior becomes more than flesh, more than fear. In today's storm of comparison and digital noise, the void teaches us to see clearly even when the world shakes around us. Samurai did not chase shortcuts, they chased mastery. They repeated a single stroke thousands of times until it carved itself into the bones. This repetition, this ritualistic devotion, transformed skill into instinct, and instinct into art. Repetition makes discipline real, for the samurai believed that the way is in training, not in talent. The samurai sought mushin, a mind free of doubt, free of clinging, free of storm, action without hesitation. This was the state in which a warrior could perceive 6 directions at once and strike in one fluid breath. We taste mushin in deep focus and flow, but the samurai lived entire battles within this clarity. They trained to focus on the strike, not the victory. Obsession with victory clouds judgment. Modern life mirrors this trap. People chase outcomes, not discipline, and lose themselves in the pursuit. To the samurai, the blade reflected their soul. A shaking mind produced a shaking strike. Today, our habits are the mirror, revealing what lies within long before we see it ourselves. Chapter 4. Forging discipline through ritual. Samurai discipline was not accidental. It was engineered through daily rituals meant to tame the inner world. At dawn, samurai did not rush. They cleansed, breathed, and reflected, preparing their mind before their armor. Your morning is your first battle. A scattered mind at sunrise guarantees a scattered day. The samurai trained the decisive strike, where all attention flowed into one action as if the world fell silent around it. Applied today, this single-tasking discipline doubles productivity and sharpens intuition. Their discipline rested on 3 pillars: stillness for clarity, sharpening for mastery, and service for purpose. Samurai believed every warrior faced 2 enemies, the one across the field and the one inside his own chest. Our inner enemies are comfort, distraction, self-doubt, and inconsistency, the same foes samurai confronted in meditation and training halls. Death before dishonor was not literal for most samurai. It was a vow never to break core commitments. Choose 1 to 3 commitments you will not betray. They become the backbone of unshakable discipline. Chapter 5. Ancient wisdom for a modern world. Wake with stillness. 5 breaths of awareness before the world invades. Set a single dominant goal. Samurai clarity means 1 battle at a time. Enter 1 deep work block, your modern version of the decisive strike. Recalibrate midday. Samurai paused to restore clarity before drawing the blade again. Remove 1 distraction. The warrior removes weak links. Reflect in the evening. Victories, failures, lessons. Close the day with integrity. Finish what you promised yourself. Samurai purified their surroundings. Modern warriors must remove clutter, noise, and digital chaos. Samurai embraced discomfort to harden spirit. Micro-challenges today serve the same purpose. Zen and Stoicism meet in the same core truth. Control what you can, release what you cannot, and act with purpose. Today, your weapon is attention, your battlefield is the mind, and your armor is ritual. Chapter 6. Beyond the battlefield. Samurai didn't merely practice discipline, they became discipline incarnate. Discipline magnifies everything: your work, your craft, your relationships, your destiny. Walking the samurai path today means carrying honor as a compass, focus as a blade, consistency as armor, and purpose as direction. The true question is not, how do I become disciplined, but who must I become to live with samurai clarity? Begin with one ritual, one strike, one promise, one day, and watch your life transform. Walk with honor, sharpen your inner blade. Subscribe and carry the tablet of discipline within.